Hi, welcome back to Nadya's Identity Files. I have with me someone who is... Wait, are you dead already, or are you in the process of killing yourself?
Oh no, I think I'm both.
You're... Wow,
I'm
okay, so you're
and
kind of
dying
like...
all at the same time.
So basically, like, let's talk about some quantum physics right now. You're like in the middle, you're in that middle realm between death and living.
Yeah.
So like, you're waiting for someone to come in and rescue you.
I'm hanging by that thread.
You're hanging by that thread, that thread of life. And everybody... this is the fabulous Dolce Mathieu. Am I butchering your last name? Because I used to be fluent in French, but like, you know, it's been years since I've been speaking French regularly, so it's kind of slipped away from me.
It's great. It sounds just beautiful.
Mathieu.
I love the way. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Nice. Well, you know, I've just been gifted a dead flower, so I feel really awesome, and I might have to just take this home with me.
Yeah, it's gonna live forever.
It is gonna live forever. You know, are you excited to be here?
I'm excited and nervous.
Can you tell me about your lips?
My lips are my lips. I don't know why she's judging me. I decided to have fake lips today. And
No! Shh. They're real. I want to know why they're so big in light of your deceased or soon-to-be deceased state.
I think it'll look better for me when I'm in my coffin. So
Invariably. Yeah.
I think people will want to kiss me from far away.
Well, hey, there's the people outside by the 212 orange bus on the street, so there's always that.
Well, they've already sent me kisses.
But
yeah,
I figured.
yeah, it was great.
But speaking of, you know, your very interesting look that you have going on here, I mean, Dolce's always, you know, bringing it on in terms of her style and, you know, her persona and her attitude. So it's not just Halloween. You're very much a chameleon. You're eccentric in the best sense of the word. Do you consider yourself to be that way?
I think it just, I mean, why not? I live every day just being somebody different, trying to escape myself through other personalities. And I choose different names and I live different lives. And it's like, I'm never really one person. I can't really describe myself, really, because I'm always multiplying myself. I'm like Beyonce sometimes.
And so obviously you do wear a lot of different identities then by default. Do you find that they evolve on their own, or do you make a conscious choice when you wake up to say, today I want to embrace X, Y, or Z or identity, or does it kind of unfold organically for you?
I think it unfolds organically throughout the day. You know, I can change and just 1 minute be Dolce, 1 minute be Kaysen, and then
Who's
Monica.
Kaysen? Who's
Kaysen
Monica?
is
Whoa, I know Kaysen, but Monica, can we go?
Many people.
Wow.
Yeah, Kaysen, I feel like it's this girl that I try to escape to where I'm not comfortable enough with my sexuality or you know, because I feel like me being a Monica, I see myself as a gay guy. And it's just like, I have this gay guy personality, and then when I become Kaysen, it's like, okay, this lesbian trying to come through and trying to figure out how to be a lesbian. And
Dolce?
Dolce is my artist. It's my artist voice within me. So when I can't express myself to people, it's just, I become Dolce and I express myself through my paintings.
Do you feel more connected to one of these identities over another? Which one came first?
Monica came first, then Dolce, then Kaysen. And I just kind of hide in between all of them and show people different personalities. And, you know, I just go by different names. So
Interesting. So do you find that when you are, say, when you're Dolce versus when you're Kaysen or Monica, your personality aligns more closely with that identity? Do you try to hang out with certain people when you're under a certain identity? I mean, how does this work for you? This is really interesting, and I love how transparent you are about it. And what do you think brought forth the desire to manifest these different identities and live through these different identities in this canon?
I think since I was a child, 4 or 5, I was always trying to change. I wasn't really comfortable being myself. Like, I was like, this doesn't suit me, either my appearance, my name, the way I feel, and it just naturally out of nowhere I started choosing random names like nickname Dolce because I'm sweet. Everybody thinks I'm sweet, and Matthew, my mom's last name. So I was like, I'm just gonna mix it up and choose that as my artist name.
Right.
And then I just kind of really started embracing it. I started feeling really comfortable with it, and now there are people that just know me by Dolce, and some people that know me by Kazin, and it's just like I feel like this one person is so many. And yeah, I don't know how I went about evolving, and I do hang out with different people when I'm a different persona. Like when I'm Dolce, I'm mostly alone, just alone, drinking my life away and painting. So wine, drinking wine.
Well, Matteo is fitting then, so we have like, angsty French situations. Speaking of painting and art, you also have worked as a mortician. So essentially, as a mortician, you're painting and performing artistry on the deceased, on those who are no longer with us. How do you feel that, how did that inspire you? And obviously, you also told me once that you found, initially that's very outwardly gothic, kind of scary, kind of creepy, but you mentioned that you found beauty within death and having that closeness. And of course you were doing your art, but in a whole different context.
Since I was a child, I grew up in Mexico, and I lived a block away from a cemetery, so my mom and I will always go there and clean graves. Ever since then I started becoming so intrigued with death. Like I just wanted to know what was inside that grave. How did they look? When I will go to funerals about a month after, I always wonder, like, oh my God, I wonder what the body looks like if I dig it out now. I just was so fascinated at the age of 6 with the decomposition of a body.
Interesting.
So it just kind of developed. I didn't really know that's something that I was going to end up loving until I joined the military. And that's what I chose that job as a mortician. I was scared at first because being a kid in Mexico, I grew up around ghost stories and witches and things like that. So it was something frightening thinking about like their ghosts hunting me.
Right.
So I decided I'm going to join the army. I'm going to face my fears. I'm going to do it. And ever since then, I fell in love. I fell in love with working with the deceased. And it's something I really can't let go. I see the beauty inside out. I mean, it's not every day that you get to see somebody from the inside and be able to take care of them because they're no longer able to take care of them. So I just want to put my best into them and make them look beautiful. So when they go to their families can embrace that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a giving away party, but, not just for the family, but also for that person.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you probably feel like a lot of responsibility in doing that. I mean, obviously, it's like you are very creative and you're very artistic, but there's a certain level of responsibility in that process. So, in addition to your work as a mortician, what other types of art are you doing now or that people can look out for?
I pretty much do a lot of self-portraits and just portraits. I paint my voices that I hear or my emotions, anything that I can't really express to a human, like to people, just I can't talk, I paint it.
Interesting.
So I have a lot of self-portraits.
Where can we find your art?
You can go on my Instagram, Dolce Matthew Art, and that's where I have it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. In just a few moments, we're going to come right back with our on-air social media consult. So either you or Chad is going to get the opportunity to have an on-air consult, so you get to learn how you can best promote your work to people online in the digital space, which is where most of us are these days. So catch you in just a moment.